Have to admit, at the moment, surprise package in top four is Chelsea up there, playing well, pretty decent start, scoring goals, and I have to talk about the one and only guy,
You can't not,
Cole
can you?
Palmer. He'll d- and he's probably one of the players who you've been talking about for months and months, and he's got to be so far player of the season or close enough to player of the season.
I mean, it's early. Come
Well,
on,
yeah.
like Anthony hasn't
No,
had a
but
good
yeah,
run out
it's
yet.
early. Yeah, it's early, but he's been player of the season, and I think honestly, in the Premier League, there's not been a player that's had the same impact as him over the past 12 months. To be honest, I think he's
12 years then.
fantastic.
I thought you were getting really ahead of yourself.
He's you.
I'm glad you
honestly,
said 12 months.
George, can I just
you
let me interrupt you here, George. You're talking about the last 12 months. I remember when Pierce was talking about 2024 and Arsenal being unbeaten, and it's actually like, oh yeah, but that's stemming over 2 seasons. You're doing the same thing now.
Okay, fine. Well, let's just talk about this season. If you look at, he would have a whole highlight reel from that last game that's better than Saka's entire season. Like the way
This is a Gen Z thing. It has to be one against another.
The way it's not just the goals. Put the goals aside. The passes he sees, like the movement, the way he can drop deep, he can knock a 40-yard pass. You see that first time ball in behind for Jackson?
Yeah, right up into the heavens and back down. That was
unbelievable. Cool. He hit the post. He had a goal disallowed. It's the way he plays. Like he's a sort of player which is rare these days because I think it's going up. But you would go to the stadium just to watch Cole Palmer play. He's that good and he's that exciting to watch. There's not many players with that sort of flair these
George,
days.
and I know you've brushed aside the goals, but he's in Premier League record now. 4 goals in the first half. No player's done that.
And he scored 4 goals twice for Chelsea already. It's insane what he's doing. I think if he carries on like this, like he'll be
a Real Madrid legend.
He will be. Yeah, well, good luck. He's got a 10-year contract, which apparently is a bad thing. He will be in the conversation for best player in the world. Like he's ridiculous. The numbers he's putting up, the goals, the assists. Like you can't deny it. He is the best player in the Prem at the minute, without a doubt.
And talking of so far, players who have played well, performed in the last 6 games. Anyone else, Pierce? Anyone else come to mind?
Well, I'd have to say, and I'm not going to start picking out
the whole Arsenal team.
Saka, because I mean, look, he's put some numbers on the ball, but I think he's only scored a couple of goals, few assists. But because the standout Arsenal players are the back four so far. You know, I think Raya as well. I think he's probably same way Cole Palmer is probably the most informed midfielder, maybe in the world at the moment. Raya is probably the best or the most informed goalkeeper in the world at the moment.
Yeah,
There's some of the his from the first 5-6 games, the highlight reel, like some of the saves he's pulled off, are like save of the season. He's done it 3 or 4 times. But also our back four. I mean, Saliba and Gabriel are just. They've gone to another level.
Gabriel really has this year. He really has. But
yeah, he's scoring goals. They're so solid. Got such good understanding. They're just specimens. Like they can do it all. Like they really are special. Them two, and I think they deserve to. They need to go down in history with a title, a Premier League title, because they warrant it. Do you know what I mean? The quality they've got.
They don't warrant it until they've won it. Like, you can't.
Well,
you don't just deserve
they won't be how good they are.
It's like Gareth Bale deserved the Premier League title. He never won anything.
Well, I mean, like last season, we had the best defence. We let in the fewest goals of anyone, and we'll probably do that again this season.
You don't get a trophy for that.
Well, I know, but it'll be a travesty if
it's
they
like
don't.
Loads of teams
being that solid. Do you know what I mean?
The stats like 8 centre-back partnerships have conceded less goals in the season than that Saliba Gabriel partnership last season. So it's not like that great.
I mean, if they do it 2 years in a row, then they've held up their end of the bargain to win us the title. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but just going back to Palmer, It's actually what George's like. Take as long as you want, Quilly. Say as much as you want.
Take your time, yeah.
But yeah, but like he at the moment, you know, I know Bellingham's not in top form, but as an English player, he's the most informed player as an England player, and the chances are there for him. Like a team like Chelsea, in amongst all these players that they have bought, and it pains me to say, the biggest thing for him was doing it again this year, right? And he's had a good start, and the number of players that have that second season fucking downturn, right? But this guy, he is turning up for him. And forget, like, I know he scored the 4 goals, but it was the way he stood up for the penalty as well. Like, just the body language, the sheer confidence. I won't even say borderline
He's
arrogance.
not phased.
He's not phased at all. And he's such a young kid. And it's like brilliant to see.
Do you think Pep regrets letting him go?
He's got to.
Pep would never admit it, but he's got to. He's got to.
And I was gonna come on.
The other thing is, before you carry on, in the interview after, and he said 4 goals, his immediate reaction was, "I should have scored more."
Yeah,
right.
Well,
that's what he's saying. He's not competing against anybody. He's competing against himself, and it's so, you know, he wasn't stuck in. Yeah, I scored 4 goals. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I missed these chances. All the best players do that, exactly what he's doing. So I hate to say it, and I love taking the piss out of
George, correct me if I'm wrong, but he had 2 disallowed and hit the post, right?
I thought he had 1 disallowed, maybe he had 2.
1 disallowed.
But then he should have had a couple of assists as well. So
and that free kick was a disgrace as well. That free kick's
ridiculous.
And the other thing I was going to touch on is
5 goals.
I'm not going to ask Georges. I'm going to ask Pearson Cooley. Would you have Cole Palmer or Haaland in your team?
Haaland.
Wow, George is well happy. Why?
I think Arsenal would have Haaland, right?
Yeah, I would have thought Haaland. Yes, you need that striker.
Well, if we had Haaland's goals, then we'd probably win the treble, wouldn't we?
No, you got Havertz though. He's world class.
He is world class. Yeah, scored 6 home games in a row.
Oh yeah, he scored a good goal on the weekend. Actually,
his output is twice for Arsenal what it was for Chelsea.
No, so you can't fool me.
No. So let's have it right.
You can't fool me. He's good.
What he did for you, he weren't, but for us, he's twice the player.
He's playing in twice the team he was playing in. Chelsea was playing in a really average Chelsea team. He had 1 season we came 12th. Yeah, well, that was. We were good in the tournament, but we weren't good in the league ever when he was with us, and he was useless.
He's doing well for us. I get it. It's like you've gone out of a bird. She was out of your league. She's moved on. She's with a top visa now, and it stings.
Right.
I get that. I tell you what, he's better looking. He's rich. He's got a massive
She's going out with the nicest guy, with the coolest guy in town, most caked guy in town. You know, he's got birds throwing themselves at him, and then suddenly he's just not the flavour of the month, and he goes to sort of, you know, a team where they accept, you know, not really, you know, earning a few grand a year or something, nothing particularly special. He's gone down to that level where there's no pressure on him because you don't win anything, so he doesn't need to deliver, does he?
But we're gonna win the league this year, so he'll get his Premier League medal, and Chelsea can be, I don't know, sucking Cole Palmer off down in 5th, and everyone's happy then. You know what I mean? You boys can all, like, you know, have a circle wank over Cole Palmer, and I'll
can I just go back?
I'll go watch the parade.
We'll see. You said this last year. How'd that pan out?
Well, we got close within 1 game this year.
Killen, can I just go back?
No, okay. John, will you?
Wow.
Will you do a public apology if
Havertz
wins the league?
Go on, Quilly.
Right. Yeah.
Can I just go back to the Haaland?
Okay, that's all I needed.
Can I go back to the as a United fan? Would I take Haaland or Palmer? At the moment, I wouldn't take either of them because, you know, those guys have done nothing wrong, right? They don't deserve to be at United at the moment. You know, they've got good careers. Coming to United, destroying their career, unless they want, like, basically Saudi money in England. Yeah, come to United. But yeah, I wouldn't put it on them. They seem like nice lads. So That is my answer. I
But
I wouldn't
Sancho as
wish
well.
that on
You
anyone.
could do with Sancho at the minute. He's looking all right.
Sancho, I don't have a problem with him doing it. Like, yeah,
Mm.
he's found a dirty bird down south, and he's all right. Like, it's fine. It's fine. She likes bomb stuff, so she's
If
all right.
Chelsea was a bird, she would. Well, it's Astrid Wet, isn't it? That's who it is. It is Astrid Wet. Like, it is some OnlyFans
Yeah.
slag that calls herself out to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is the culture of the club. That's the taste, isn't it?
Still comes back with your
Chelsea fan. It's like a high body count.
Yeah, oh, big time. Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
you can have a
Thinks
high
with
body
married
count.
men,
We've got 2
100%.
Champions Leagues. We've got Club World Cup. We've got Europa Leagues. Arsenal have nothing.
Dirty
That's
money,
all that
though,
needs
innit?
to be
Dirty
said.
money.
Chelsea,
there
yeah.
we
Spread
go.
out.
Right,
area,
no class.
like the
Zero
wind changes
class.
direction.
You
she blows
You
off.
two sound. I don't know why Cooley's piping it because you spunk loads of cash. So do Arsenal, to be fair. But what you sound,
Hey.
especially
United
use
and
that
Arsenal
word
have got
you're
United
so
class
bitter
tradition,
that
you
we've
know what I
done
mean? Not
what
like
you say we've got no history, and we've done in less than 20 years what you've been trying to do for your entire existence. Like we literally just came in and shat over your entire legacy within a space of 15, 20 years.
been invincible.
Yeah, you're an
against Villa.
oligarchs fantasy football team. That's what you are. You were a fantasy football team. That's all you are.
You're a Russian's plaything. Some Russian geezer came over and went, get that
Look,
Astrid
I'll
up
be
to
a
my
Russian's
hotel room
plaything
for a
if he
couple of
wins us
months.
trophies.
Let
I'm
me
fine
pump
with
her
that.
every day and then bin her off. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what. And like, you know, they come and
Right.
pee on you,
Going
pee on you in the
back
hotel
to-
room.
Totally off the rails here.
going back to other players so far who have performed well. Anyone else?
Timber, you're in Timber.
Timber.
United,
Other than Arsenal,
But
can we go
Haaland,
other than Arsenal?
Haaland, obviously.
Haaland,
Jesus.
yeah.
Haaland every time.
I'll tell you who else I've really liked is Semenyo as well from Bournemouth. He looks like a player.
Yeah.
I thought you were on about Castor Semenya then, but all right, yeah. I think
Back off
you
track.
know what, Villa's doing all right again. You know,
Rogers.
Emery,
Rogers, he's a player.
Rogers, Villa.
Ollie Watkins
And-
is starting to
and-
score.
Watkins is scoring goals.
Yeah.
Watkins is just one.
Um,
I think he's one of those players. He'll just carry on doing what he does, right? He looks, you know, he's a good Premier
Durant
League.
as well. Like Durant's
Durant,
not played much, but he's
But you know
banging.
what? When nobody's mentioning, we've not mentioned a single Liverpool player, and they're sitting at the top of the table, quietly just getting on with
They've had an
business.
easy run to Liverpool, and they still lost to Forest, to Forest at home. And have you seen their run up now? They've got
Yeah, it got tough.
Yeah,
Like, they've got
Crystal Palace away, then Chelsea, and then Arsenal.
But it carries on
But
after that. I think you play.
Chris Campbell.
Let me have a look.
You tell you who's been good for them is Gravenbach. He's playing in that
he's
6
back,
role.
yeah.
Because that was like sort of the one area for Liverpool coming into the season. You're like, they don't have a good 6. They've got Endo. They were after that Zubamendi didn't get him, and you thought who's going to play there? But Gravenbach so far, I know as Piers said, they've not had that big a test yet, but he's
Just what
really
he has turned up.
good.
Let me run you through their fixtures from where it start of October now. So for the next 2 months, October, November, Palace away, Chelsea at home, RB Leipzig, then Arsenal away, Brighton away, then Brighton at home. So got them in the League Cup, then in the league. Then they got Bayer Leverkusen, Villa, Southampton. That's a gimme. But then they got Real Madrid, City, Newcastle away, then the Merseyside derby. Like that is
that's not nice, is it?
That's when you see what they're made of. That's when we'll get.
That's the make or break, right? That's when you know whether they're gonna be challenging for the title or not.
Exactly. Yeah.
You must be pretty happy with the start, though.
Oh, definitely.
Like,
Yeah, definitely.
you can't complain, can you?
Especially like I said, it's taking over from the big man Klopp and just slotting in. It's just great.
Jesus.
Cooley, you can't say Jesus because that's exactly the sort of thing you'd say as well.
I'm saying Jesus because he's beating me to the slot jokes today.
On that note, thank you very much, guys.